各位记者朋友
Friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to today's press conference. Now the floor is open for questions.
发言人好，总台央视记者提问。第三次
CCTV, the third China-Pacific Island countries foreign ministers meeting was held yesterday in Xiamen. Can you brief us on the meeting and its outcomes, and how does China view the development prospects of its relations with PICs? Yesterday, Foreign Minister Wang Yi co-chaired the third China PIC's foreign ministers meeting with President and Foreign Minister of Kiribati. This year marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic ties between China and PICs. The four respects proposed by President Xi Jinping is the fundamental guidance for China to develop its ties with PICs. We always see them as good friends, good partners, and good brothers. The development of our bilateral ties vividly demonstrates that friendship, whenever it happens, is cherishable, and cooperation, whatever its size, is valuable, setting fine example of peaceful coexistence between countries big of small, and global south countries seeking development in solidarity. Foreign Minister Wang Yi made a 6-point proposal on building a China-PIC's community with a shared future, namely mutual respect, putting development first and people at the center, exchanges and mutual learning, fairness and justice, and mutual assistance. Foreign Minister Wang Yi stressed that, faced with profound changes of our times and of the historical trajectory, China believes that upholding peace, development, cooperation, and mutual benefit is the only right choice, and we stand ready to work with all sides to open up a new chapter of building a China-PIC's community with a shared future. The following common understandings were reached. First, we should uphold equal treatment, continue to support each other and defend each other's core interests and major concerns. Second, we should uphold common development, synergize the BRI and the 2050 strategy for the Blue Pacific continent, and enhance mutually beneficial cooperation in various fields. Third, we should uphold fairness and justice, firmly defend multilateralism and WTO-centered multilateral trading system, and protect the legitimate rights and interests of developing countries. Fourth, we need to uphold openness and inclusiveness. The international community needs to support PICs in independently choosing development and cooperation partners, and the most urgent topics such as climate change needs to be prioritized in the effort of developing relations with PICs. Fifth, we should uphold mutual learning, carry forward our traditional friendship and affinity, strengthen mutual understanding and support, and jointly advance the civilization of human society. Participating PICs thanked China's long-term and precious support to their development, and they reaffirmed their commitment to the One China principle, as well as their understanding and support to China's legitimate rights of defending national sovereignty and territorial integrity. The meeting adopted a joint statement, and we also released the list of measures for China to implement the consensus of the meeting, which includes China's initiative on deepening cooperation with PICs on combating climate change. China promised to provide new funds and expand sustainable development cooperation with PICs. 彭博社，我有一个关于美国决定的问题。美国决定要取消中国学生的签证，包括那些与中国共产党有关的学生，以及在重点领域、关键领域学习的学生。我的问题是，考虑到现在中美关系处在一个非常重要的时刻，外交部对美方的决定有什么样的评论？中方将会如何做？以及现在中美正在计划进一步的贸易谈判，这是否会影响到这些谈判？
美方以意识
The U.S. unreasonable decision to revoke the visas of Chinese students under the pretext of ideology and national security seriously harms the lawful rights and interests of Chinese students and disrupts people-to-people exchanges between us. China firmly rejects this and has lodged protests with the U.S. side. Such a politicized and discriminatory move lays bare the U.S. lie that it upholds so-called freedom and openness and will only further undermine its image in the world and national reputation.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Hi, question from AFP.
法新社，美国国际贸易法庭已经裁定称，特朗普的加征关税行为以及就芬太尼问题加征关税是违反了自己作为总统的权利。这将会如何影响中美之间的贸易谈判？外交部对此有何评论？
在关税问题上。
On the tariff issue, China made clear its position more than once. Tariff and trade wars have no winners. Protectionism harms everyone's interests and will end up finding no support. Next one, please.
Kyoto News, it's reported that China has removed the buoy installed inside the exclusive economic zone of Japan's southern island of Okinawa. Why did China remove this buoy?
In waters east of Taiwan, which are under China's jurisdiction, China's installation of a meteorological observation buoy is consistent with China's domestic laws and international law. It's learned that competent authorities are maintaining the buoy as needed by relevant work. Next one, please. Are there any more questions?
Thank you. I'd just like to.
我想要追问一下，你认为签证的决定是否是会对其他的领域，中美关系的其他领域，包括贸易，产生进一步的影响？
中美关系呢，中方。
On China-U.S. relations, China's position is consistent. We hope the U.S. will work with China in the same direction and do more constructive things that are conducive to the healthy, stable, and sustainable development of China-U.S. relations. Next one, please.
Thank you. Question from a global Brazilian.
巴西环球报。巴西的检方表示，他们正在起诉中国的企业比亚迪以及它的承包商，并指控他们奴隶式的使用工人，并参与人口贩运。中方对此有何评论？
中国政
As China stressed more than once, the Chinese government attaches great importance to the legitimate rights and interests of workers and asks Chinese companies to do business in accordance with laws and regulations. Next one, please. Are there any more questions? If not, then let's call it a day. Thank you.